Hello and welcome. Have you ever thought about becoming a world-famous inventor or have your name plastered all over the history books? Well, you might want to rethink that because not all inventions are exactly good ideas. If you don't believe me, well, just look at Dr. Victor Frankenstein. Anyway, here's my list of 10 inventions that killed the inventors. First up on our list, Dr. Sylvester H. Roper, the inventor of the steam velocipede. He died of a heart attack during a crash during a speed trial in 1869. It's unknown whether the crash caused the heart attack or the heart attack caused the crash. Up next on our list is Franz Richelt. He was a tailor, and he fell to his death from the first deck of the Eiffel Tower during an initial test of his coat parachute, which he invented. He told authorities that he was going to use a dummy, but instead he strapped it to himself and at the last moment made his leap in front of the entire camera crew. Third on our list is William Bullock. He invented the rotary printing press. Several years after his invention, his foot was crushed during the installation of a new machine in Philadelphia. The crushed foot developed gangrene, and Bullock died during the amputation. Number 4 is Henry Winstanley. He designed and built the world's first offshore lighthouse. He constantly bragged about the safety of his invention, and he believed in it so much that he decided to shelter inside it during the Great Storm of 1703. But the lighthouse was completely destroyed, with Winstanley and 5 other men inside. No trace of them was ever found. Number 5 is Thomas Midgley Jr. He was an American engineer and a chemist who contracted polio at the age of 51, leaving him severely disabled. But he devised an elaborate system of ropes and pulleys to help get him out of bed. He became so entangled in the ropes that he actually died of strangulation at the age of 55. Number 6 is Henry Tholley, inventor of the large high-speed steam locomotive. He died during a test run. He either hit a telegraph pole while being thrown from the derailing train, or he leaned out too much and was instantly killed by hitting his head against a piece of bridge scaffolding. Number 7, Max Valier. He invented liquid-fueled jet rocket engines and was a member of the 1920s German Rocket Society. On May 17, 1930, an alcohol-fueled engine exploded on his test bench in Berlin, killing him instantly. Number 8 on our list is Carl Sulchek. He was a daredevil. He became the first stuntman in 23 years to survive going over Niagara Falls in a barrel. The key was his custom-designed plastic and metal cylinder, which he counterweighted at one end so it would remain upright as he plunged over the falls. But things went horribly wrong a few months later. You see, he designed a new barrel, and he arranged to be dropped from the roof of the Houston Astrodome into a vat of water. But as he was released from the ceiling, the barrel began to spin off-kilter and dropped 180 feet, landing away from the target. He later died at the hospital. Number 9, Francis Edgar Stanley. He designed a steam-powered car with his twin brother Freeland, and they established the Stanley Steamers, making them the most successful automakers of steam-fueled cars in the U.S. One of their cars actually beat a land speed record of nearly 128 miles per hour. But in 1918, Francis's personal steamer overturned on a Massachusetts turnpike, and he was killed almost instantly. Well, we've reached the end of our list, but make sure you stick around because I actually have some bonus stuff for you. Number 10 on our list is Thomas Andrews. If that name sounds familiar, you should know it. He was the managing director at the Belfast, Harland and Wolff shipyard and one of the naval architects of the most luxurious creation, the RMS Titanic. Thomas went on the maiden voyage of the Titanic to supervise its performance at sea. The first 3 days of the voyage were completely uneventful, But after the ship hit an iceberg on April 14th, 1912, Andrews went down with the ship, and his body was never recovered. Now, I did promise you a bonus, so here it is. Some of the craziest inventions I was able to find online. But first, you have to tell me in the comments if you like this video or not. Or if you're too shy to comment, you don't have to. Just hit that like button. That'd be good enough for me. Thank you. In 1963, this mechanical cat meowing device from Japan was invented. It would meow 10 times a minute, and its eyes would light up. It was invented in the hopes that it would scare away rats and mice. In 1938, someone thought it would be a great idea to create a revolver camera. Every time you would pull the trigger, you would get a snapshot of your target. Wait, snapshot? Is that how that name was created? Did you know in 1937, a hockey player by the name of Jack Milford would get sad because he wouldn't be able to be on the ice with his wife once they had a baby? That is why he invented the ice baby carrying device. Would you trust this with your newborn? Did you ever get caught in a snowstorm in Canada? Well, if you ever do, don't worry, because in 1939, they invented these amazing snow protectors to keep the snow off your face. And last but not least, the beating breasts were invented in 1963 in Japan. This device was not made for what you think it was made for. You see, it came with a built-in heartbeat, and it was meant to be a sleeping aid for infants. Did you learn something new in this video? I hope you did, and I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and thanks for listening.